Well, before the Rams take their next snap, Charles, let's preview that game that they have coming up with the Cowboys. You talked about what they can do on offense. They're obviously going to have to shut down Dak, Zeke, and that Cowboys offense with their defense and Aaron Donald.
And I think that Aaron Donald and Dominican Suh's running mate at defensive tackle, they have to make sure they play down and distance each time. And what I mean by that is these guys are great pass rushers. And a lot of times when you're a great pass rusher, you want to rush the pass run every down. They have to play the run first because that's what the Cowboys are going to throw at them with Zeke. If they can slow down the run, stuff the run, they'll earn the right to be pass rushers and get after Dak Prescott in the pocket.
On first down, it's Gurley. A big run there by Gurley. 59 yards. So Gurley gashes the defense, and a lot of people say, do you take running backs early first round? Do you want them that high? Surely you're happy you took Todd Gurley that early.
Without a doubt, Dr. Seuss. I love the way that got done by you, but even better, it's fun to watch Todd Gurley run the football. He is electrifying.
I want you to know that I did not mean to do that, by the way. They'll run Anderson, and he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now. They'll run for it with Anderson. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. C.J. Anderson taking it in from a yard out. And the Rams add on to their lead. Now Zerline on to add the extra point. Zerline connects on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Zerline out now to kick this one away. As Seattle makes their way back out here, Charles, let's take a little deeper dive as they go into the offseason, what they need to do. They led the NFL in rushing yards. You talked about it. They ran the football well. Where do they need to improve?
Maybe a little less stubbornness in establishing the run at times, because Chris Carson, their lead back, didn't get started against Dallas. Mike Davis couldn't add a whole lot. Rashad Penny, who was a rookie, he didn't add a whole lot in that one as well. Sometimes you have to let Russell Wilson be the guy and let him throw it around. They'll continue to work on that in the offseason to fortify him with a few more weapons on the perimeter, I believe.
It's a big hook up there. Wilson to Baldwin. And even 50 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Moore. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. A gain of 6 there on first.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Flushed out right. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete.
Well, one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Now Wilson eluding the pressure, and a big loss here as he's taken down. Mark Barron in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And the Seahawks on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is third and goal. Wilson. Flush to his right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still fourth down.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on second down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. It certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Yeah, that should give his guys a spark. He's up all the way to the 44-yard line.
Now, that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
So good field position for the Rams as they come up first and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Now on second down, this is Gurley. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down? They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. And now the Seahawks are going to call another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Decision made for Sean McVay. They're going to go for it. Here we go on 4. Goff. He'll buy some time right. This is caught. It's Cooks. Touchdown, L.A. Brandon Cooks, 48 yards. And the Rams add on to their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Zerline good with a PAT. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Zerline out now to kick this one away. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. Now that we sit in the postseason, let's talk about some of these awards we've been hitting on all year, Charles. MVP, what do you think?
Well, I think it's going to come down to Patrick Mahomes, the quarterback at Kansas City, Drew Brees, quarterback New Orleans, and Aaron Donald, the defensive tackle for the Los Angeles Rams. I ultimately think that Mahomes wins this award. I think he distanced himself late in the season from Brees, and it's hard for a defender to win the MVP.
Rookie of the year, Barkley, or does Mayfield have a shot?
Personally, I would give it to Barkley because he's been there all 16, but Mayfield made Cleveland relevant, put them in a position where maybe we didn't talk about the playoffs, and boy, the excitement level has really ramped up. I would not be surprised at all if he walked away with the award.
Lastly, what about Coach of the Year? Does Frank Reich have a shot after starting 1-5 in Indy?
He should be in that conversation, shouldn't he? But I think ultimately it comes down to Matt Nagy in Chicago and Anthony Lynn with the Los Angeles Chargers. I think Nagy's going to win it because the Chargers were picked in preseason to actually win their division or contend. The Bears were not.
And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Let's go, 14. 14.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson underneath to Davis. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. Give him 8 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10, mark it down at the 9. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime.
Run left. Quiet. 280. Gun. Let's go, 14.
To throw again is Wilson. This will be caught at about the 6. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. In for the score. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit. Janikowski adds the extra point, and it makes the score 21-10. Out to kick is Janikowski. This will be taken in at the 1. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Now the Rams offense, they work their way back on the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. And now it's 2nd down. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. The final shot before break here. Goff escaping the pressure right. Now he'll go deep down the middle. And incomplete on the deep ball. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this is
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for him. Now it's Wilson. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down. Wilson now to throw on third down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down. Now Wilson on first down. And he'll go right back to Moore, complete again. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
19. Four down, check, four down. Look left. 58.
Throwing again here. Wilson flushed out right. Looking sideline, incomplete. He was going for the tight end, Nick Vanette. That'll bring up second down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him.
Again on 2nd and 10. It's Wilson over the middle, and it's incomplete. It was the free safety, LaMarcus Joyner, that time, able to make the play.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
Check 50. 14. 95.
To throw on third down. Wilson got his man complete over the middle. It's Moore. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
And that was a nice catch, and if the goal was to get into field goal range, it certainly appears that they accomplished that.
Well, and sometimes that's what you dial up in these situations, right, when you want 3?
Well, if the goal was to get into field goal territory, even though it'll be a long attempt, I think they accomplished that.
And sometimes you have plays for that. It's not always a first down when you want 3. Get a little bit closer, making an easier shot.
Yeah, sometimes you just have to concede to the defense, and they know what you're trying to get done, and to try and get any more than that is almost folly. Take what you can get, maybe have an opportunity to put 3 points on the board.
And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. Pete Carroll rolled the dice, but it didn't work out. And the Rams are going to take possession of the turnover on downs. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. And now the Seahawks are going to call another timeout. And that's going to leave them with just 1 timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back. Again they run with Gurley. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. So, boy, that's already the 3rd they burned here. They are out of timeouts now before we've even hit the 4th quarter.
We're good. Go, slide. 80.
On the toss, it's Gurley. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
So let all that running room that he had in the first half go, because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Here's Goff. Eluding the pressure right. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. He gets it to Baldwin. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. Now Wilson on 2nd down. It's caught on the left side by Baldwin. 1st down Seahawks. Wilson to Baldwin. Well, they brought the pressure, and that meant man coverage behind him, so he's still able to complete the pass.
Even as he took the hit. And that's what you have to do, because I was just talking with a coach the other day, and he said, look, it's not always going to be pretty back there. You're going to have to give me completions. Even when you're taking some hits, sometimes you have to be your own blitz control, for lack of a better term. Got to make completions, step up, and make those throws, and he did that.
Here's Wilson. Flush to his right. This is caught. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. Wilson will throw again. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. As his guys are in for 6. And the Seahawks have made this a 1-score game.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air, because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that in my broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
Out to kick is Janikowski. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
Back to the workhorse today. It's Gurley looking for an opening. Not much there. He'll get it to the 39. Tackle coming from the safety, Trey Flowers.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up, because when they're hoping this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. The Rams on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Now it's Goff off the bootleg. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That goes for a gain of 31. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on third down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
Touchdown, L.A. Robert Woods, 34 yards, and the Rams add on to their lead. So the quarterback drops to throw, looks over, and boom, a guy that wide open, he has to be thinking, wait a minute, this is some kind of a dream. This is too easy.
Yeah, a great dream. One you don't want to wake up from. But for the defense, almost feels like there was a bust in coverage.
And that's incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a two-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. From the shotgun, Wilson. And it's hauled in by Nick Vanette. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by a...
Interception here, when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10.
76.
Here's Gurley now. Toss right. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Gurley again here on first down. Good move by Gurley. That good for 19 and a first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner. Able to stay in bounds, and the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Todd Gurley, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Rams add on to their lead. Now Goff will lead the Rams up to go for 2. Now Goff. And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their 4th quarter lead. Zerline out now to kick this one away. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too caught.
And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Aqib Talib. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. After the interception, here's Goff. Flushed out right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. This is caught inside the 15. And he's taken down inside the red zone past the Seattle 15. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this.
Value three. 2 for 1.
A play fake to Gurley. Now Goff. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Robert Woods, former USC man, the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
Now on 3rd down, that pass knocked down in the backfield. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And how about this? It's complete. They're not going to get it. They try to move the chains with a surprise, but it's a turnover on downs. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle, and down he'll go at the 25. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Now they got to get to the line quickly. On 2nd down, here's Wilson. It's complete to Lockett. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Wilson to Lockett there for the Seahawk 1st down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
A very solid gain of 27. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On 1st down, Wilson. Baldwin with it over the middle. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
And that one drops to the ground. Incomplete. Clock stops here just inside of 20 seconds, 19 left.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch. Is the arm there, the leg's still there? This has been a tough game. A line of scrimmage, once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal.
19. Gun. 12. 12. 12.
Again, Wilson. The quick slant caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal.
Gun. Zebra.
One last shot for Wilson. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they could look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do, but they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. From Seattle, so long, everybody.
Hey, I ain't folding under pressure, I ain't switching for no. I ain't talking to no cop and I ain't telling on my bros. Ain't no but don't push me, fingers itching on that. Plotting on my come up, gotta watch stay at my nose. Long nights just to hit the studio. Now I'm eating steak and shrimp, I ain't eating sloppy Joe. Looking to the mirror, flexing now and in his glow. Bust off like a welcome to the rodeo. Shorty wanna me cousin wearing gold. I came up and made it happen, I was by the stove. Big beside this cases once. Do me dirty, I'ma find you, lay your out on the floor. 19 with a I got rich by myself. Rather do this alone, I wasn't asking for no help. They keep asking how I'm winning with the card that I was dealt. Boy, I work hard for the seat and I ain't buckling my belt. Call my brother on the phone, he said, broski, you a star. I said, brother, hold it down, soon we'll all be living large. And it's crazy how last year was on my garage. Now I'm in a good position for this life, can't sabotage. I ain't folding under pressure, I ain't switching for no. I ain't talking to no cop and I ain't telling on my bros. Ain't no but don't push me, fingers itching on that. Plotting on my come up, gotta watch stay at my nose. Long nights just to hit the studio. Now I'm eating steak and shrimp, I ain't eating sloppy Joe. Looking to the mirror, flexing now and in his glow. Bust off like a welcome to the rodeo. I got tattoos on my face, I use that as motivation. I can never get a job, so for my dream I'm dedicated. For a second, lost myself, I was too busy getting. Now they see me out in public and be knowing what my name is. All these rappers want the clout and the life of being famous. I just wanna be stable, tell my family we made it. I was coming for my spot, a young had to be patient. Now I'm running up, these bands can hit the island for vacation. I've been know my haters, you could say I'm constipated. 5 racks on his fit, just to stunt while I'm in Vegas. For my body, shout out to my Caleb Young. Got the cake up, now he's on the data. I ain't folding under pressure, I ain't switching for no. I ain't talking to no cop and I ain't telling on my bros. Ain't no but don't push me, fingers itching on that. Plotting on my come up, gotta watch stay at my nose. Long nights just to hit the studio. Now I'm eating steak and shrimp, I ain't eating sloppy Joe. Looking to the mirror, flexing now and in his glow. Bust off like a welcome to the rodeo.
Somebody call for the queen.
I never did anybody, but I got something to do with that. I got the streets on my back, carry it like I'm moving the. I told him to the hunter, like he trying to move it up. It was like 11 in the morning, skipping school, that's a truancy about it. I made me some rest in the morning, I had me a pop by the morning, I had me some breaks by the morning, I had a six by the morning, I got on a meat, no pneumonia, the rats keep me up on the podium, I had a in my shoulder, you got a picture me, Pacific ice from an ocean, ready for war like I'm Russia, ladies should never look luggage, my diamonds they tussling, my neck and my belly, they calling for me and they, you want me like me and I look, yeah, her Rex on her, yeah, big Rex better calm down, yeah, if you go around, come around, yeah, whole squad, yeah, squad goes on me, yeah, make some orange gel on my toes, yeah, Farrakhan gets for the chosen, yeah, you can go and get mad, jumping in the bed with 2 dark teeth, man, who's you, my shawty pulling up with a real bad, you too, dripping my swag. I never did anybody, but I got something to do with that. I got the streets on my back, carry it like I'm moving the. I told him to the hunter, like he trying to move it up. It was like 11 in the morning, skipping school, that's a truancy about it. I made me some rest in the morning, I had me a pop by the morning, I had me some breaks by the morning, I had a six by the morning, I got on a meat, no pneumonia, the rats keep me up on the podium, I had a in my shoulder, you got a picture me,
Send me calling, ready for war like Korea, headlining shows out in Poland, you should be cleaning my mansion, my presence disgusting,
EA Sports coverage of the NFL is in Houston, in the Space City at NRG Stadium. The scene from a few moments ago, this crowd enthusiastically cheering on their Texans as they emerge from the locker room. And we're just about ready for football as the Texans get set to match up with the Los Angeles Rams. Greg Zuerlein now. He'll handle the honors to get us started. The ball on the tee. We're set for football. That's fielded in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. On the ground, this is Lamar Miller. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And now the Rams have got it. Going the other way. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now they'll toss to Gurley left. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
And he'll go down at the 28. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
A bullet throw, but incomplete.
As my dad used to tell me all the time, when you're going ready to play a big-time game, especially when you have one going into a dome setting, better strap it up tight, because that crowd can really affect things.
Especially on third downs like the one we just saw there with the incompletion. And now they're going to go for it. This isn't 4th and inches. This is 4th and 14. They go ahead and snap it. Gone. Blitz coming, and down he goes. J.J. Watt in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. And the Houston Texans, as they come onto the field, obviously their offseason hit a little earlier than they wanted in January, making it to the playoffs, losing to Indianapolis. It was the first time that two AFC South teams had actually met in the playoffs when they squared off with the Colts.
And think about how the two of them began the year. Houston began 0-3. The Colts began 1-5.
Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Mark Barron coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8.
Yeah, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
On second down, here's Miller. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down. Third and long, it's Watson. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Ndamukong Suh in there to drop him for a 4-yard loss, and it'll be fourth down. They're going for it. It's Watson. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Aaron Donald in there to bring him down for a loss of 7.
I don't know why you would do that. It's almost guaranteed points the other way. I mean, I get it if it's a late game situation, maybe even 4th and inches. But, boy, that's a huge risk to take.
Yeah, now they're set up in prime position going the other way. Goff turns and gives to Gurley. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
On the counter, Gurley. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is third and long.
Super 66.
False start's going to push him back, but these days, how hard must it be to be an offensive lineman?
It's very hard, Brandon. You've got defensive linemen flinching, trying to draw you offside. You've got the loud crowds, and there are just so many super athletic players on defense now that you have to deal with each week. But through it all, these guys just sit in there for 4 quarters and slug it out.
They go play action with Gurley. Now Goff, eluding the pressure right. Throw right side is into the hands of his tight end, Everett. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And there was absolutely 0 pressure on the quarterback on that play. Third down,
and he takes it across for a Rams touchdown. Todd Gurley taking it in from 2 yards out, and the Rams are in for 6. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Zerline out now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And the Texans set to come onto the field. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down
caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, Be aware, ball may come your way.
And he stopped immediately there. Michael Brocker's in on the stop. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are. Figure out the things that they really want to accomplish and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Well, I have to say that was a surprise call on 3rd and inches. I thought they'd try and run the football there, but you got to believe they thought they'd surprise the defense and pick up something downfield, but that one goes incomplete.
And maybe some indecision on getting the punt team out there, and they're going to get a delay. So that'll back them up 5. And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down.
Richmond.
They are going for it. Here's Watson. Man open. That's Kiki QT complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. They go for it on 4th down, and it pays off big time as they pick up 29. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Richmond.
On 1st down, Watson. Throw left side, complete to QT. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. On the stop was Aaron Donald.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On 1st down, it's Watson. Griffin's got it, middle of the field. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout. So 2nd and inches after that 1st down completion went just shy of the marker. Back to throw, Watson underneath for Miller. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Come back, come back. 26, Mike, 26.
Here's Watson now on second down. And he is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins from 6 yards away. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game. Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Clock continuing to roll as the Rams try to get going again. They go play action here on first down. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number one. Play action. It's gone. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And these guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And he's going to be taken down here, as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have to show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7 our score. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece. 7-7 our score. Set to return. This is Brandon Cooks. And an excellent return there as he's up to the 35, but make it the 40-yard line.
In a tie game, both sides are looking for something to give them an advantage. It often falls back on special teams, and that return, that could be the spark to untie the game.
Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at the 40. The third quarter starts with a run by Gurley. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. A gain of 3, second down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, You and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Another carry now for Gurley. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. It's Kareem Jackson making the play defensively.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. On 4th down, Goff. And got a man. It's Woods. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So not only do they convert on 4th, but they pick up 22 yards in the process.
We always hear about guys wanting to make plays that quiet a crowd. Yeah, after that one.
Here in the third quarter, they were hoping to get the stop, get the football back. Not the case.
What a completion on a 4th down play.
They'll stick to the ground game with Gurley. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Blanketed coverage by Houston. Makes it 4th down. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Escaping the pressure right. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off down at the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Richmond.
After the interception, here's Watson. Over the middle, that's caught by QT. The turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him.
They're going to halt things as they want a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Down. Back 22.
To throw is Watson. And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense. Mark Barron in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. To throw on second is Watson. Drops it to Blue, complete. And he'll get nothing out of that one. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
When a linebacker's able to sit at the second level and see things develop in front of him, as soon as he got a hint that the quarterback was checking it down, he just made a beeline directly for the receiver and ended up making the play.
And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. This is fielded at the 27. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Time to establish the run game here. Gurley across the 30 to the 31-yard line. Jonathan Joseph there for the tackle.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or two short here with third down coming up. Back now in Houston, all even as we get ready to start the fourth. The Rams on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Now they'll run it on the toss. Gurley's got the first down and then some. And he'll be taken down at the 26. 38 yards on the scamper there.
But sometimes, Brandon, there's just not a secret to how things get done. He's been running well all game long, and they continue to rely on him in this key situation.
They told us they were going to rely on him. They have. He comes through there, a big third down conversion. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. On the handoff, it's Gurley. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And he said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. They'll roll him out right. Throw it right, and that's complete. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space.
And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Brandon Cooks, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Rams are in for 6. And he's able to put it through. Zerline out now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 21. Out of the gun, Watson. Throw right side complete to Carter. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. On 1st and 10, Watson dumps it complete to Miller. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make this a second down.
Now, that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on 1st down. They're ahead of the chains now.
He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Watson. And the Rams got it. They bring him down. Aaron Donald in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Now they go for it on fourth, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. So the failure to convert no doubt really hurts, but this one's not over. A good chunk of time on the clock and the timeouts.
Yeah, not only do they have the timeouts, as you just noted, they're going to get an extra one with the 2-minute warning. And that's going to help in big way. So in a sense, they have 4 timeouts in their pocket. The big thing, stopping them on defense now. They can't let them get a first down and make them use their timeouts and get a fresh set of downs. They've got to stop them right here. And if so, they've still got an opportunity.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes, if you've got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. Now they'll run it on the toss. Oh, and now he bowls it over. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 8 yards on the run there, and that leaves him with 3rd and just a couple. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? You just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's tough.
And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you've still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
Zerline out now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And last time went for it on 4th, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game. And sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Watson. Pass incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here. That looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open. And this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And he comes back with one complete. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. And now before they run this play on 4th and 1, we're going to get a break and a timeout, as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. Desperation time. Watson on 4th down. Throw right side into the hands of Akins. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. Watson on 1st down. And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense. Aaron Donald in there to make the sack on what will be the final act in this ball game.